Welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror movie and they discuss it. Today we're talking about 2002's Dog Soldiers, which was directed by Neil Marshall. I'm your co-host, Alec.
I'm Erik.
And you know what? I literally just realized this right before we started. Like, every werewolf movie takes place in England, pretty much. Or, like, you know, in that area of the world. I'm thinking about it now. Like, all of them, right?
A lot of werewolf movies, yeah.
There's, like, American Werewolf in London. There's the Wolfman, which, that's London, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Talbot Castle. I didn't really specify Talbot Castle, I don't think. But yeah, you'd assume, like, London, maybe.
I think definitely it's in England, at least. I don't know if it's in London specifically. And then this movie, I think it takes place in, like, Scotland. But, like, what? Wait, like, so all werewolves are from, like England or, like, Britain? Great Britain?
I guess that's where the legend came from of werewolves. Lycanthropes.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I never really thought about that until just right now. I was like, oh, yeah, they're, like, what? They're probably in, like, Colorado. They're all over the place. I'm like, oh, wait, every single one. Huh.
Yeah, we need more American werewolf movies. That's
American werewolves.
Is that right, Alec? We need more American werewolves. Not in Paris or London. We need them in America. That's what we need.
Yeah. Dude, so, yeah, I'd never heard of this movie. You ever heard of this one?
No, never heard of this one. And before we get into this is our first episode since Halloween.
Yeah.
This is a new wheel, November wheel. It's in December. It's 2 months. But how's your Halloween before we kick it off? Did you have a good one?
Yeah, I was in Connecticut. Justin and I went to the Olive Bar for a little while. That was
the O Bar. It's been a while.
Yeah, but it was a better weekend. It was a better weekend because Mike and I went to Collinsville, and you know they were doing a lot of like parades and a lot of spooky Halloween stuff. So that was fun. They decorated it really nice, so that was cool.
Oh yeah, you went out before. You're like, oh, everyone was all dressed up, and then you went in on Monday, and like no one was dressed up. I'm assuming.
Yeah, Monday was like.
Well, yeah, because it was the weekend. The weekend is the Halloween like party time, and then Monday everyone's back to work. Like they don't get Halloween off.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be with your kids and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it was fine. It was good. First time in Connecticut in like 10 years, probably at least for Halloween. So yeah, it was nice.
That's so wild. Yeah, 10 years for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm in New York or Boston or now LA. So, but yeah, what about you? You're getting trick or treaters and stuff?
I had trick or treaters, loved it. I got off of work and like the second I like closed my laptop, it was like ding dong. I'm like, oh god, like I ran out of candy. I don't run out of candy, dude, but I freaking was giving out fruit snacks, and I was like, all right, I want to make it to 8 p.m. And as soon as 8 p.m., 8:05 hit, lights off. That was it.
Why? Jesus.
And I was like, oh man, but that it really did die down around then. But I was getting like the older kids. Last year, I had a kid come up to me with a frisbee, like as his bag. Like a frisbee up there, you're trick or treat, and I'm like, oh man, Joey B's America must be really tough right now, tough times.
Frisbee was his bag?
Yeah, he was just looking for candy. He wasn't dressed up really at all. He had like a shitty mask on. He just wanted candy, and I'm like, all right, man, here's your one Smarties, enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my mom said it was pretty scarce or whatever up in Avon. She said she only had like a couple, so I was kind of surprised.
I think this year was more than last year for me, but it's probably because COVID's a little better. And it was nicer weather too.
Yeah.
So I had more than last year. So now I know, because I had too much candy last year. Now I don't need as much. And now I'm like, oh shit, now I got to find that happy medium next year. So.
Well, yeah, you know, Halloween's Halloween. It's fun.
But Dog Soldiers.
Nah. Yeah, so this is a British werewolf movie, or Scottish. And God damn it, I don't want to screw this up. What is it? Let me see. It is.
It's both. It's both. Right?
Yeah. It's a United Kingdom.
It starts in Scotland,
and
then it goes to like the moors of another country, right?
Well, it was in like North Wales. It was in the Scottish Islands.
That's where it goes. Yeah.
It's all over the United Kingdom. Let's just say that because we're gonna screw this up, and you know we're sorry.
Yeah.
But dude. This movie was really good. I was really surprised. But what did you think?
No, I liked it. I wasn't like in love with it. I wouldn't hate to watch this again. I really thought it was action packed, a lot of fun. I will say this: when it opened up and it was opening titles, I was like, oh, this is like kind of putting me to sleep. And then like it starts in Scotland, and then it's like that couple in the tent. She like gives him this very important thing that comes around at the end of the movie. Gifts him this like silver letter opener thing.
Yeah.
But like my favorite, like I love the opening sequence. I think it's intense. But there's this one scene where like the werewolf is opening the zipper to the tent. I'm like, oh, so werewolves are like really nice at like, oh, I'm gonna unzip this and like,
Yeah.
and like werewolves usually just like rip through tents and stuff. So that was kind of funny. But no, it was a great kickstart to the movie. And then the gore. I love the gore in this movie, dude. Fantastic.
Yeah, for me, this movie was like a steady, just uphill. Like same with you. Like it started off a little weird. Like I was like, wow, it's bouncing around a lot. But then by the end, and just increasingly, I was like, oh, this is like getting funny. It's like really intense, genuinely believable special effects and makeup. Like still to this day, it's 20 years later, some of the best werewolf I've ever seen.
I said the same thing. I was like, this is 2002. So first of all, when it opens, it feels like it's like an 80s movie, right? Did you get that like grainy film feel to it?
Yeah, I was like, this is the most like early 90s movie that didn't come out in the 90s. Like, yeah, like it definitely looked like an old movie.
I mean, this is 2002. What?
Yeah.
But yeah, the gore, man. Freaking loved that. Loved it. It was fantastic.
But we just watched The Wolfman during the 13 Days of Halloween or whatever, and dude, like I think these are better. I think the special effects for the werewolves in this movie are better than that. Like
this one had more like guns and intensity, and there was multiple werewolves. But yeah, the gore gore was better. The gore was better in this for what it is.
Well, also just like the realism of the werewolves, like it was quick. It was kind of like Jaws, like they show like very quick, like so it's like POV shots and stuff, so it's not focused on the werewolf the whole time, and that's what I thought was good about it. Like, dude, I thought the werewolves looked super good.
They looked cool. They had that the American Werewolf in London feel to the werewolves, like the bigger ones. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I like that werewolf.
Mm. And they also had like the yellow eyes too, like right when they were transforming.
Yeah, like pretty much the one that's in like Joe Rogan's studio where he does his podcast. He has like that giant werewolf statue or whatever.
Yeah, that's from American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking. They reminded me of like the like super that kind of werewolf.
Mm.
I love that kind too. I really like it. So yeah.
Now, just for anybody that hasn't seen this movie, because I feel like this is probably super popular in the UK, but over here, like I had never even heard of this. But it's like what? So basically,
it's like a SEAL Team 6, like goes on a mission. They're in a training thing, and then they need to like go through this area and like sneak around, and they end up finding a group of people that were attacked by werewolves, and yeah, take it from there, Alec.
I mean, yeah, so like I didn't really understand like what the training mission was for them, but they were released, and I thought they said they were using blanks, right? Like their guns.
Yeah, it was like it was a training exercise. It was like, all right, let's do this and like not get caught. But then the training, it's like this is no longer a training thing. This is a real thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, once they find that's the other platoon that's been like attacked or whatever, and then the commander, who's the only one that's alive, is the guy from Game of Thrones. I can't remember his name in Game of Thrones. Though. Who was he?
He was Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight.
There you go. There it is.
Like Liam Cunningham, great actor.
Yeah, so I was like immediately, I was like, oh shit, that's him. So he's the only guy that survives the other platoon, and later we find out that like they were bait or whatever. They're trying to capture one of these werewolves. So there's like a lot going on, but it starts off kind of just like almost like a Predator kind of movie where it's just like a bunch of seals walking through the forest or whatever, and then they slowly start getting picked off, and then they get to the house. So I don't know. I was getting some heavy Predator vibes.
That's a great comparison. I would say it's very much like Predator, but Predators where there's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
The music reminded me, thinking of Predator, of Rambo. You know the music in Rambo where it has like that like a little trumpet action.
No, it's just like a hodgepodge of like a bunch of different things. Yeah, exactly, like Rambo and Predator and just like American Werewolf in London. I was getting Evil Dead vibes from the POV in the woods, like all that stuff.
Evil Dead is probably like the best, like one of the best comparisons too, like with the ending especially. I immediately thought of Evil Dead at the ending, and spoiler, it ends with one guy surviving pretty much, and like with a dog, and he's like, I'm a dog guy because I didn't want to shoot that dog at the beginning of the movie, which we can talk about in a second. But it just reminded me of like the end shot of going through a door, and the camera like kind of goes through the door too.
Definitely. I didn't even think of that. But I also now that we're talking about the ending, it kind of reminded me of Shaun of the Dead a little bit too, where like they show the news clippings and stuff, but they're like kind of funny. They show like the football game or the soccer match or whatever.
The footy.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like, this is what would happen after the zombies apocalypse or whatever. They have the game shows in Shaun of the Dead, and then this one they have the newspaper clippings of him revealing everything that happened. So I don't know. It was cool. It was a funny movie. It kind of is.
It was entertaining as hell. It was funny. Like it's funny because every war movie we have over here, it's like, oh, I can't wait to get a beer and a hot dog at Fenway, and like the one guy's like, oh, I'm missing my footy on the telly game. Like he just wants to watch like the game on the telly, and I just like dude, it made me laugh so hard. I was like, everything's the same, everything, like it's just different.
Yeah, and it was funny that they just continuously kept coming up, and like even later on, he's like, "Do you know who won the match?" And she's like, "I didn't even know there was a game on." And he's just like,
Yeah, I know.
Game. It's not a game.
There's that. Like it was great to see like that like United Kingdom version of like a war movie, and I just love the scene where the guy's guts are literally out of his body. Which was fantastic special effects. It was really good, and the actor was really good too, like freaking out. And then, oh, my guts are out, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get you out of here. And he's like, piss off, I'm not getting out of here. Like, I just loved like the way like we would see it. It's like, I'm getting you out of here. It's like, no, get the hell out of here, Johnson. It's like, piss off. Like I freaking love the like to compare it to what American movies are. I don't know.
Yeah, no, dude, it's true, and like. It also kind of gave me 28 Days Later a little bit kind of vibes too, just like the way it was shot. Like it felt like almost like a Black Hawk Down, like very like close to the soldiers, very quick. But like, dude, it really like for what it was, how low of a budget movie it is, it really was well shot and well acted. I thought it was funny, very engaged with the story. Yeah, you've seen 28 Days Later, right?
Yeah, days and weeks. Yeah,
okay,
like them both.
So that was the thing I was thinking, like, all right, 28 Days Later came out the same year as this, 2002, and they're both from the UK, but 28 Days Later was, like, super popular in America. I don't know why this movie didn't make it over there, and I was wondering if they're like, hey, we only let, like, one British movie in a year that's going to be like this. I can't figure out why this movie wasn't popular out here.
I would say one of the things that I don't like about this movie, and it's kind of a turn off, is the title. Dog Soldiers. That's a shitty title, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong, because I have no idea what that's about.
Out of context to horror and everything, if I hear Dog Soldiers, I'm thinking of a kid's movie like Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Like with dogs, though. Like Air Bud joins the SEAL. What, is that bad? Like, that's literally what my brain...
Small Soldiers, but like with dogs. The dogs turn evil and they like start like attacking people, so the people have to kill them.
And it's like there's like the one dogs that are like the breeded dogs, and the other dogs are like the adopted dogs, and they fight each other.
Oh my god, I love
like that. The rescue dogs versus the breeded dogs. It's like, you're a rescue, dirty rescue, get away from me, dirty rescue dog soldier. You don't even have an owner. You weren't even supposed to be here. It's like, I was bred. Sorry, going off the rails.
Could we do Small Soldiers? I mean, would that technically be a horror movie or no?
I don't see why it wouldn't. Like, it's a kids movie, but I wouldn't see why that wouldn't like be on the. I mean, it's on the cut. It's on the last.
Yeah, we've done everything. We're doing Small Soldiers now. Yeah. Well, back to the dog for a minute. So, just like pretty weird intro. Like, we get the couple or whatever. They get killed by the werewolf. Like, sure, I guess that's just to show that there's werewolves in the movie. I don't really know. And the envelope opener, but sure. But then you get the one scene where the main character, Cooper, is like being chased by this platoon and he gets captured or whatever. And the guy's like, all right, now you got to kill this dog. Why? Why do you have to kill the dog?
I think he's getting them ready for werewolves. And also, like, soldiers get put through scenarios where it's like, you need to listen to me. Like, and he was testing him. But, dude, no. Especially in a training exercise. Like, no.
Yeah. I mean, like, and I liked how he said that line. He's just like, I can kill a dog. I'm just not going to kill that dog for no reason.
Yeah, in a training exercise. Like, if it's real life, it's like, we don't know if this dog has a bomb inside of it. Like, we have to kill it. Okay, sure. In that case, this is just a training exercise, and that dog's just barking.
Right. And, like, the commander never said, like, you never question an order sort of thing. Like, that was the test. He never said that. So you're kind of just like, okay. And that's what led him to get selected for this, like, bait mission. Like, he was using him as bait. And it's like, wow, that's a really petty, like, bullshit revenge to be like, you know what, that guy said no to me. I killed the dog anyway. And then, what was it, like, how many months later? It was like 4 months later. They take
3 or 4 months, yeah.
Yeah, and they put him into this, he knows he's going to die. That's the plan.
Imagine that happened in today's, like, military in America where it's like I'm not gonna kill the dog. What are you, out of your mind? Are you drunk or something? Like, what's wrong with you? And he just kills the dog. It's like, I'm tweeting this right now. You're gonna get so canceled. Everyone's coming after you. Like,
Yeah, PETA comes after the U.S. military. Like,
like, oh man, the army versus PETA. That's what we need. One last battle.
yeah, but so that was a little strange. So he kills the dog, anyways. The other thing that's weird about this movie, the dog, is we find out that this dog is the werewolf's dog, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But this dog, he saves the guy at the end.
I know. I was trying to figure that out. Like, okay, it's an extra layer that you just have to figure out on your own. Like, why did the dog? The dog probably doesn't like werewolves. It's a nice dog. Dogs are nice. They're man's best friend, not werewolf's best friend.
That's true.
There you go. There's your answer. Sorry, it took me a while to get to that. They're man's best friend, not werewolf's best friend.
I mean, that's true, but the thing is, the reason I was thinking it was interesting is because the dog wasn't barking at all, like, throughout the whole movie, and I was like, why isn't this dog barking at these fucking werewolves like crazy? And then I was like, oh, at the end, you're like, it is the werewolf's dog, so it's used to werewolves. But then I was like, why is the dog helping this guy then right now? So
yeah, because the dog is a soldier, that's why.
Oh, he's the dog soldier. Oh, God.
It's crazy. You know what name I would have liked this to be called? It wouldn't have done well with this name either. Werewolf Wankus.
Werewolf Wankus.
Werewolf Wankus.
I mean, that's like too comedic. I think they'd be like, this is...
Yeah. No, but dude, the dialogue in it is great. I'm not going to do any... I apologize for any shitty impression. I'm just trying to re-quote the movie. Yeah, no, I just like the dialogue in this a lot, too. It was fun. It was very fun.
Oh, yeah, it's quick. It's funny. I mean, like... It's believable. I don't know. And like, I didn't recognize pretty much anybody. I'm sure these are like the most famous people in the UK. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But there was Spoon. I liked him.
Yep.
He was fun. Cooper, who's like the lead guy. I remember him. I like the Sarge, the guy with the scar who gets like his like guts just torn out of him.
I love that. And they like do that scene with him like getting sewn up. It's like that. No. I'm sorry, Alec, too. Like, if like we're getting attacked by werewolves and your guts are literally on the ground, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm getting you out of here. I'm like, dude, sorry, like, good luck, bro. Like, I'll miss you if I make it out of here. I would expect the same. Like, dude, can you just give me a gun? Like, let me end it. Like, this sucks.
Look at what was happening. Like, literally all of his like intestines were coming out, and somehow they survived it. Like,
and he's in the middle of nowhere, so you know, like the average. I mean, you gotta think, like, where's the nearest hospital? How long is it gonna take me to get to the hospital? How much is this gonna hurt? It's like, just give me a gun. Like, let's call it. Like, this sucks.
This guy's guts are just coming out. Like, he's done, dude. He's done.
Yeah. It was a good scene though. I like that, and I like the sewing up. And he's like, oh, and they meet the woman. What's her name? I forgot.
Megan.
Yeah, and like she just kind of shows up out of nowhere in the house, and she's like, I'm a zoologist or something. What is she?
Yeah, so I mean, I think from what, because this is the first time we've ever seen this movie. It was very recently, or today. But I think what it is she was a zoologist who went to this part of Scotland to, I don't know, work on stuff. Then she befriends these people, and she finds out there's werewolves. And, oh, she is a werewolf, though. Yeah, because she cuts her hand, and it starts to heal or whatever. Okay, wait. So maybe she got bit, but I don't know, man.
Maybe it's like she came to this thing and they're like doing stuff with werewolves and trying to learn about werewolves, and then all of them and the team turn into werewolves or something, right? Is that it?
I thought she was kind of like the human that was like helping the werewolves feed. Like she would like, capture people and help them, I don't know, like feed them to the werewolves, but she is a werewolf. So I don't know. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, this movie, I think, had extreme sequel potential, and they never made a sequel.
Yeah, it probably didn't do as well as it wanted to.
I mean, it was a 2.3 million pound budget, and it made £5 million. So
it made its money. I mean,
it made twice its budget back. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, it made its money back, but still, like, dude. This movie, like, there's so many directions you could go. Like, even Megan, when she says, like, imagine, like, if werewolves are real, what else is real? It's like, oh, shit. Like, there could be vampires out there. Maybe, like, mummies in Scotland, whatever. But there could be other stuff out there.
Well, dude, the classic sequel is you capture a werewolf, and what do? You bring it to the city, King Kong, Jurassic Park. You bring it to the city. That's what you do when you want a sequel. right? Home Alone in the
In the
city.
city, I
Bring the
know.
werewolf dog soldiers in the city. Boom.
Gremlins 2 in the city. I know. But yeah, so like, what are they going to do? The first thing they do, like, Stu, bring these to London and we'll make a ton of money just showing it around, and then it breaks
Yeah,
out and kills people. No.
yeah.
Here's what you do. So because dude, like they've already established that the military is interested in these werewolves and they know that there's something going on there. So they could show like how high up this goes or whatever. And this was just the first showing. I don't know. They're gonna have to follow Cooper, the lead guy.
It would have to be him. Obviously, he's the only one who's like there. So
Yeah, so it's him and the dog, but they're exposing what's going on. So the military, I don't know.
maybe you go full Road Warrior and like it's an apocalypse afterwards. Like the werewolves took over and like I'm in super hiding. And you have his dog. Like, he has this dog like in Road Warrior.
I mean, he does. Yeah.
Or like do something crazy like an asteroid hit the Earth and like there's only a few werewolves out there and me. Do like a complete like we're just changing the whole everything.
Yeah.
Go full Road Warrior.
Completely in a different direction, but I mean, hey, it did work for Mad Max, so maybe they could do that. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, I think it was So Wizard podcast. I think they're the ones that suggested this.
Yeah, didn't we want to have them on? But we're just.
Yeah, we were supposed to have them on as a guest, and
we just didn't have time. We don't have any time right now.
Yeah, so I'm sorry about that, but I am glad that this was suggested to us. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely like different than I was expecting. I didn't know what to expect.
No, I'm really happy about this recommendation. Thank you if you're listening.
Yeah, and I think this might be my like third favorite werewolf movie now. I think
it's up there. It's definitely up there. I mean, I don't want to go through it right now in front of you.
All right. You don't want to go through it right now.
I would have to think about it.
Yeah, I know, it's true. But no, it definitely, I mean, like, I was very surprised. I want to see more. I don't know, I want to get more into, like, indie foreign films. Like, just stuff that surprises me. I don't know.
It's too bad we don't have a wheel that, like, picks random movies for us. But maybe someday.
We do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So, like, let's do some more indie stuff. This is great. This is fantastic. This is fun. I made popcorn. It was great. I'm enjoying a movie when I have popcorn in my, like, Diet Coke and I'm just way too much salt in my popcorn. Way too much salt. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, no, you are an absolute animal with salt. Like seriously, like it's kind of it's scary, man. Like we're older now. Like
I've toned it down since I was 16, but yeah, it's still up there.
When we were kids, it was like, this is funny. Now it's like you might have like hypertension.
Yeah, that's gonna kill you.
Yeah, we're in our 30s.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else about this movie. The house blowing up was sick. Like that was unexpected. Like, it was funny. We see these like red tanks just like throughout the house. Love that. And the other scene I loved, it's like, I wonder if they're going to use those red gas tanks at some point in this movie. Yeah, and they blow the shit out of that house. It was sick. Like,
I know.
How is there a door? How did he survive? Like, that house was destroyed.
I mean, literally, yeah, he wouldn't have survived that when he was in the basement or whatever after the huge explosion.
At least you wouldn't be able to hear anything for like months after that.
Yeah, shut your phone off, bro.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Sorry, that's an inappropriate. I'm sorry, my bad, dude.
But no, the house blowing up was awesome. I want to know how they did that, and it looks like in 2022, or wait, no, I'm sorry, in 2020, they released a 4K version of this, which I'm sure has a huge behind the scenes. So maybe one day.
Commentary might be fun on that if they got some people in there.
And then, have you ever seen Neil Marshall's other movie, his next movie, The Descent? You ever seen that?
I've heard that title. I've never seen it. Is it about vampires though, right?
No, it's about like a cave movie. So they go into the cave and there's like these like fucking really scary monsters down there. It's actually a really good movie.
We should add that to the wheel, definitely. If we haven't done it already.
No, we haven't done it. Have we already done it?
We haven't, but like I was wondering if you did it with Justin or something.
No. Oh no, it came out in like 2005, dude. It came out right when we were in like high school. But yeah, Neil Marshall did that one. That was his follow-up. He also, he did a bunch of episodes of Game of Thrones. He did the Blackwater episode.
Well, that makes sense that Liam Cunningham's in that as well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
He did the Battle of Blackwater episode. That episode was amazing. That's my favorite of the whole series, probably.
Yeah, dude, he was 32 years old, and it took him 6 years to get the financing to get this movie made and to make the script really tight. And he got a couple like smaller actors. I guess that Sean Pertwee guy was the biggest one in the movie at the time. And yeah, dude, I mean, Hey,
Good for him. Kudos. This was fantastic. Yeah.
I'm like genuinely just want to like say one more time, like the werewolf special effects I think are just like absolutely fantastic, like
Top
completely.
tier. Top tier.
Yeah, like no CGI. Like I don't think. Like I'm pretty sure that's all just makeup and costumes, and it looks just fantastic.
I mean, if there's any CGI in this, it's very limited. I don't think it was a lot of CGI, if any. Maybe a
No,
little like changing the color and stuff, but just not much.
no. So it reminds me a lot of like Sam Raimi, like just like a passionate young filmmaker who just made it happen, and then his career just took off because of it.
There you go. We compared it to Evil Dead, and then last thing, I know we gotta get going, but
Huh.
the werewolf hiding in the back seat of the RV or whatever it is when he's like
Mm,
trying to drive the thing out of there. I'm like, werewolf, like he just like snuck in. He's like, oh, I'm gonna wait for him now. Like I just love a werewolf like doing that. It's to me it's so
dude.
funny. Like that's not what werewolves do. They don't unzip tents and hide in the back seat.
Well, that's the thing. These werewolves seem smarter than the average werewolf, you know? So,
It was interesting to see. It really was.
yeah. And they took like damage, but they don't die from the guns because like they clearly that was working to keep them away, but it's not going to kill them. I guess blowing up the house works, but okay.
Yeah, and also last thing, the guy who got like impaled by a tree, did he just
Yeah.
run into a tree?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Like to do that, go through your spine. You have to be like Usain Bolt to like even get close to getting that kind of
Yeah.
trajectory. But that sucks. That's like my nightmare.
Yeah, that does fucking suck.
No way. No way could you just like run into a tree and just like I thought that was funny though.
I mean, maybe trip.
It doesn't matter. The second he did that, the werewolf just like ripped his head off.
Yeah. But really quick, when he was sitting in the car, dude, and the breath is coming, and he's like, "You're right behind me." I was like, "That is so." I love that. I love that. That was great. But anyways, what do you say you spin that wheel, Avery?
Oh damn! Oh damn! Let's spin the wheel. Spin around since I've spun on that wheel. All right, spinning. Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice. All right, don't say it again. That's two.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, that'll be fun. I think we have a couple guests actually. We have two guests coming on for that. So Kat and Alley Cat. So we'll have those two on.
Alley
for,
Cat.
for next week's episode. But thank you everybody for listening in today to our discussion on Dog Soldiers. Yeah, and we'll see everybody next week with Beetlejuice.
Woo!